Previously, I have rebuilt Manchester United, but that was about a year ago. With that time, a lot has changed because even though we are the FA champions, unfortunately, we had one of our worst league performances in history. With the Ineos takeover coming in full effect and Ten Hag's contract being extended, I'm going to be using rumor transfer to make United a top 4 team again. Wait. Almost 100% of you are unsubscribed, so please help a brother on his journey to 500 subs by liking the video and subscribe. Now back to the video. Another thing before the rebuild, I just want to say thank you for 100 subscribers. We hit it really quick. We're going really fast. I'm going to keep trying to upload for y'all. Keep staying tuned in, join the community, and hopefully we can have some great things lined up in the future. Enjoy the video. As you can see, I have a bunch of players transfer listed. As we know, Manchester United has been looking to clear out a lot of players in the club. Some people we have already seen leave, like Varane and Martial. We're letting both of them go on freeze, I believe. Eriksen, he's constantly been verbal about the playtime he gets and the role he has in the club, so I think he will be moving on. Van de Beek, I believe, we're already looking for clubs. Someone like Lindelof, a lot of people are saying to get rid of. I kind of agree. I feel like we could definitely get better backup center backs. But Maguire I will keep, because hopefully if he's fit, I feel like he has stepped up massively this season, so he deserves to stay at the club for another year. Hannibal Mejbri, I believe, sorry, I'm watching the Euros game, funny enough, as I record this, but Hannibal Mejbri, I believe he's being looked at to leave. So we have a lot of players leaving the club, meaning that we're not just going to have big signings coming in, but also players to fill in these gaps and sort of make sure that we have a bunch of squad depth, because especially for the defensive United, that was a major issue this season. The first man coming in, ERIK has already coached in an amazing Champions League run with Ajax. Yes, it is the young center back De Ligt from Bayern. Talks have been made. I believe an offer for a 5-year contract has been proposed to the player, and that he's dictating or stating his terms in order to join the club. I think Ten Hag would be happy to gain him, and it worked out when they were together, so hopefully these two work out well. The next player coming in, he's had a lot of news around him, especially since he is from a big club and he's such a young age. Manuel Ugarte, the Uruguayan from PSG. He's a defensive midfielder. He's been able to hold down the midfield for Uruguay really well in Copa America so far, and I like his game. He's physical, he can make challenges, he can pass really decent. His passing is pretty decent, so he's going to be coming in. I like it a lot. He is going to be replacing Casemiro. As we all know, he hasn't had the best ending, and he's most likely to leave. The final big signing that is coming from one of the major transfers is Joshua Zirkzee, the man coming out of Bologna. He's 6'4". He is a striker, which is what we need. Some good depth and competition in the striker position to help Højlund develop. He's 22, so I believe so they're around the same age. And while you would think an older striker makes sense, I actually like this idea because there's even thoughts of them two playing together. However, we'll get into later of how lining up might be difficult if we do decide to make that decision. But he's the opposite of Højlund. If we need someone that can drop and receive the ball and play the ball around, it's something we've seen him do at Bologna, so it would offer some nice versatility to the team. So with the rumors that are currently going around and the signings that I've made here, this is what I predict the starting lineup to be next season. I think if Luke Shaw can be healthy, he's definitely going to stay in there. He's been really trusted. Now, my only concern is one transfer rumor that I'm not too solid on is apparently United have opened up talks with PSG again for Rashford to potentially take it. Since Mbappe is leaving and he plays on the left wing position, it makes sense for them to get someone like Rashford, or they're looking at other options as well, like Kvaratskhelia. So it's weird with Rashford. I honestly say give him one more season. He's had glimpses of really good potential, and if you remember in the FA Cup, the long ball that initiated the goal, the team play goal between Garnacho, Bruno, and Kobe, Rashford played a beautiful ball into space for Garnacho to receive it and put the ball in. So he is a very good player. We just need to see it from him. But if he was to end up leaving, I feel like that might be the only way we really get Zirkzee in here. You then can probably play like a 4-2-2 with Garnacho on the left, Bruno in a right attacking mid to right wing, and then have him in a free roam, and then you'll have Moni and Ugarte just patrol the midfield extremely well. I feel like that's the way it would mainly line up. So something like this, and then you have Zirkzee either at cam or up front. Now when it comes to the bench, I made 2 signings. I signed another midfielder who can be either a box-to-box, but I want a more physically present backup midfielder, because as you can see, we have McTominay, who he's not really the best defensively like in real life. I'd rather have him more crashing the box, sort of like Jude Bellingham style from the midfield. And then Mount, obviously you can't play back there. Mainu's not that physical. So I signed a Chelsea player who's 19, 6'3", Ugochukwu Wu. I hope I didn't butcher his name. I probably did, but I know he's really good on the ball. He's physical, strong, and it makes sense to get a young player who you can develop into a certain position to fit in the system, especially how Ten Hag, he's had more better performances with younger players than bigger players and older players. And then also, for some reason, since I've sold him on the game day, the opening game of the season, I'm gonna have to go to the transfer hub here, and you're gonna see I decided to sign someone. He was on loan at Burnley, so he was relegated. However, he is in Montpellier, as you can see. Maxime, I wanted him because since Johnny Evans is aging, I want another center back who, one, is young, can develop, can get better, but also be more reliable as a backup center back. And obviously I don't have to give him much play time, so I could give that to Martinez and Delic to get them to develop and be as best as possible. As you can tell, once again, it's a brand new day. Outfit change, second video in a row. I've been really busy. So right here we got the standings. It's the January, just started. As you can see, we are fighting for top 4, which is what I like to see. Right now we are 5th place. It's really close between the top 8, I think even 10, maybe 11. So we could easily drop down hard, so we got to keep doing better. However, when it comes to tournaments, if we go to Champions League, the main thing, I swear this game is scripted. I swear. Group stage, last place, 1 win. And I think that was, I don't even know, let's see, that was against Bayern. We got to win against Bayern. How do we win against Bayern but then lose to Galatasaray and Copenhagen? Doesn't make sense. At one point, Copenhagen was 2nd and Bayern was 3rd. So this save has been crazy. But then when it comes to the England tournaments, the Carabao Cup, we've been doing decent, and we're in the semifinals. So Spurs, we beat them, I think, in the league, so we'll be fine. And then if we go to the FA Cup, as you can see, that's the next match against Burnley. We're in the 3rd round. I think there's like 32 teams here, 64, I think, maybe 64. So we're doing decent in there. Now coming to the squad, we have our defense developing nice. Anthony, I was gonna sell him originally, but with how much money we spent on him and with the Ajax link and Ten Hag bringing him in, I think it's fair to use him as a rotational option. See if he can actually improve. Garnacho hasn't been doing too well. Mainu, not that well. The French center back that I did bring in, since he was on loan in the game, it glitched out and we weren't able to actually get him. So I decided to bring a player because I really wanted to get a player for cheap just to have extra body to throw in the back line. So I got an American trusty here. He's left-footed. Believe I got him from Sheffield United, and he's 6'3". So once again, tall, physical, can probably be in the air. Diallo, he hasn't been developing as I hoped. I wanted him to take more of a additional role, but players aren't looking too happy. Shaw, of course, he's injured. Makes sense. I guess they want to make it as realistic as possible, so that's thrown off sort of our rotation with our fullbacks. But I'm not sure how long he's out for, so we'll check that when we check the stats. Okay, so it was his shoulder that he injured. He's out for 11 days. It's been a couple of months, so it's been a really big letdown. All right, as you can see for the stats, Højlund, he's been doing very poor. It's been disappointing. We haven't been scoring a lot of goals. Xerxes, the man that we brought in, he's been doing most of the work. Anthony here outscoring Diallo, and then potentially Garnacho. No, not barely. But the fact that Mount has scored more goals and he's been on rotational minutes has been disappointing. Rashford as well. Rashford, I don't even know. We're underperforming. Ugarte and McTominay scoring more. This has been a chaotic season. So I'm debating on making a signing. I'm not sure because for rotational issues, he hasn't been doing as well. But you know, we got to work with what we got. So hopefully at the end of the season, we guarantee that top 4 spot, and then I'll be able to come in for a second season and see if we can actually do something in the Champions League. You guys know we didn't make it through the Champions League. We finished last in our group. However, I'm here to show you the improvements. It's already the end of the season. As you can see, we got Xerxes and Højlund improving on their goal contributions. Anthony Diallo not contributing too much. Bruno Fernandes is clearly the only reason why we did good. And then if we have Garnacho, he stepped a little bit. Rashford, surprisingly, was our best winger. So I'm thinking about keeping him next season because I do want to do a second season of this 100%. Let me know in the comments if you guys agree. As you can see, if we go to our goalkeepers, Onana, 14 clean sheets, not bad at all. He played every single game for us. I think if we played any other keeper, it would have been really bad for us. Now, if we go to the standings, we are in the FA Cup final. And not only are we in the FA Cup final, if I pick competition and go to the Carabao Cup, we did win it. We beat our rival City, so I'm extremely happy with that. If we were able to get the treble, that would have been extremely nice. But honestly, not having the extra Champions League game helped with fitness, because that's what really let us down in the beginning. A lot of the games was like 2 days after with rescheduling, so it was really annoying to deal with. When it comes to the Prem, we finished 5th. We were so short of finishing 4th place. We were 1 point behind Spurs, I believe, but then we drew 3 games in a row, and Spurs did lose a game, I believe. So if we did win those games, it would have put us past them. So it's extremely unfortunate. So that's disappointing. But to end off the video, I'm gonna quick sim. This is the lineup that we are going in with. If I go over here, we got Xerxes. He's been doing better than Hoyland, obviously. Got Rashford, Fernandes, Anthony, Ugarte. I'm actually going to change the Chelsea man with Mount, even though he's not fit. I feel like we've done better with him in the midfield than Menu, and the Chelsea man Ugochukwu. So this is what the squad's looking like. Fortunately, they're not too happy, but I couldn't care. I just want us to win. Before I sim the game, I forgot to show the team of Aston Villa. So as you can see, not major changes. Besides, we had Zanilo and Langley, but besides that, their team looks pretty much the same. I don't remember Konsa playing more wide, but it is interesting. But now that we've compared their lineup to ours, on quick sim, and we see, hopefully we win, get the double. That'd be amazing. And we lost. A chance to do the double. We did improve on United season. We won a trophy. Even the FA Cup, I'd say, is a little more decorated than the Carabao Cup, but we won a cup, but then we did finish better. So honestly, not too mad about it, but I think next season we can definitely push for Champions League and maybe even win the double. I think with a couple more signings, the signings that we did make unfortunately did not end up doing too well. So hopefully we can hit up the drawing board, see what we need, and improve next season. This has been the video. Hope you guys enjoy. Have a good rest of your day. Comment, subscribe, and peace.